Hello and welcome. Mandy Bass here, your number one bass teacher. Today I'm going to teach you how to use an application that my friend is currently developing. It's a great tool for bass players. Here's the link, which I'm going to include in the video description. This application allows you to create tracks in tablature notation, which makes it very easy for beginners to read. So I'm going to show you an example I created here. All right, check this out, guys. Okay, so as I was saying, it's very easy for beginners to read. Here you have the lines, which represents the strings of the electric bass, and here you can see the frets that you're going to be playing. So you're going to be playing, for example, G, which is on the E string. So to play the G, you have to go to the third fret. The next note you're going to play, it's a B, which is on the A string. So on the A string, you're going to go to the second fret, and then you're going to go to the fifth to play the D. Up here, this represents slap because you're going to be slapping. We also have the P for popping. And let's say you're having a hard time, you can slow down the speed to, let's say, 50% to make it easier to learn. All right. So I'm going to teach you guys how to create a project. So let's say you want to create a new project. We're going to click here, empty project. And let's go over what we have here. Here in the bottom, we have a diagram of the electric bass and all the notes in each particular fret where you're going to be playing those notes. So here, this is the E string. You have 0 fret. 0 fret means you're playing open string. So in the E string, if you play an open string, you're going to get an E. If you go down to the 7th fret, that's going to be a B. If you go, let's say, to the D string, if you go all the way down to the 10th fret, you're going to be playing a C. Now, these numbers down here, they control the defaults. So here we go up to 19 frets. I can change it up to 24, but let's keep it at 19 for now. This controls the default note length. I have it as an 8th note. That's fine for now. Now, the finger styles, slap, pop, pick, or tap. For this song, we're going to be doing a lot of slap. So I want the default to be slap. Now, this is our timeline. This is where we're going to be adding our notes and making our music. But first, let's change the speed. I want this song to be at 112 beats per minute. All right, so it's at 112 beats per minute. I want to change this button here allows you to change the time signature. I'm going to keep the time signature 4/4, but I will change the bars. I don't want it to be 4 bars. I'm going to change it down to 2 because this song has some parts that repeats. So I'm going to just copy and paste a lot of these. All right, so now here we have the measures, measure 1, measure 2, and the subdivisions of each measures. So how do you add notes? Well, the first way is you can click on the note and then drag it. So click and drag and drop it into the timeline. I created my first note. All right. I can change the length by clicking on it and just dragging it to the appropriate length. I want to have a dotted 8th note. Another way of changing the length is to right click. When you right click, you get more options and you can change the length here. You can also control the volume here. You have the option to change the pitch, the style. In this function, though, we have a little bit, in this option, we have more functions. We have hammer on and pull offs and let it ring. Here under note, we change the type of note. It could be a regular note, it could be a ghost note, it could be a slide or a grace note. All right, so we're going to keep it like that. That's pretty good. The other way of adding notes is to click on the timeline. Let me expand this a little bit. I want it to be I want to have a little bit more space here. All right, so I'm using the scroll key on the mouse to expand the timeline a little bit. All right, so I want to do pom, pick, pick, pom, pom. So I'm gonna play a 8th note here. So I'm gonna just click on this plus button that creates another note. I want it to be a popping sound, so I'm gonna click on pop, and I'm going to change the pitch to E. All right. Now I want to add a ghost note, and these are the ghost notes represented by the X. So I'm going to drag it, drop it here. Now I have a ghost note. I'm going to repeat this note here again. Now there's the way to do it is you're going to click on the Option key or alternate key on your keyboard. Then you're going to click and drag the note. I made a copy of it. So after a while, you're going to just be copying and pasting a lot. So I'm just going to copy and paste this one. That's it. Let me change this. The length is a little too long. All right, then I want a G. Let's change the length a little bit. Boom. I want a ghost note here, a popping ghost note. So I'm just going to take this. Then I'm going to change the note to ghost note. Let's see. I want the G note here. So let's change this to G. Boom. All right. It's looking good so far. All right. Let's see. What else is next? Then I'm going to put an A here. Boom. I think the length a little too short. Expand that a little bit. Then I want to slap a A here. I mean, pop a A. Boom. Change this to A. Takiti. All right. So let's see what this sounds like. Takiti. So like I said, I memorized the song already, so I'm able to do this a bit quick. Alrighty. Boom. Boom. It's looking good. All right. Let's have another A. Drag it, clicked. Good. All right. So the next thing we want to do is create a slide. How do you create a slide? Well, there's two ways of doing it. You can right click and change this into a slide. And then you select the note that you want to start and where you want to end. I want to go from A to B. So that's one way of creating a slide. The other way of creating a slide is, let me show you, is you write down the two notes that you want to slide into. So I'm going to slide from A to B. So I'm going to take the A and I'm going to drag it into the B. And that's another way of creating a slide. All right, so it's looking good. Boom, boom, boom. We got our slide. Then I want another pop here. I'm going to make it a B. Drag this, change it to B. Boom. All right. So let's see what this sounds like. Well, actually, let me make the last the last subdivision of the measure. Boom, boom, boom. All right, perfect. So let's see what this sounds like. Perfect. So I want this part to repeat 3 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. I'm going to call this intro 1A. And I'm going to save it. Let's call it funky slap. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Funky slap, buggity pound. All right, so I want 3 copies of this. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click Save As. I'm going to call this Intro 1B. Then I'm going to save this as Intro 1C. Oops. Let's change that 1C. All right. Save that as well. All right, it's looking good. Let me talk about something real quick. So I have here my my measures and my subdivisions. 1E and if I want to create triplets, I just right click on here and I go to subdivision and I select triplets. Um, if 2 measures are identical, you can just click on copy and then paste, and it'll copy the whole measure. All right, so let's create one more section, and let's call it intro 1D. The last section is similar to the first one, so I'm just going to copy the first measure from one of the previous sections, and I'm going to paste it into the last part. Boom. The only difference is the second part here at the end. It's going to be slightly different. All right, so we're going to do a slide from, let's go from G here. Boom. G to A, slide, boom. All right, so we're going to do a slide from G to A. Then we're going to add a ghost note here. Pop. And then we're going to pop the living days out of this. Boom. Make this a A. Boom. All right. Make it a popping sound. All right, good, good, good. Then we're gonna go down chromatically here. Boom, boom. Let's see, what else am I missing? I'm missing a ghost note pop here, a ghost note pop. Boom, boom, perfect. Bam, ticky, bam, 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 tick, boom, bam, boom. All right. Then the next thing we're gonna do is another slide. We're gonna do it in E here. Boom. We're gonna go from E to G. Slide. Boom, boom. E to G. Daggedy. Then no, not E to G. E to G flat. There we go. E to E G flat. Good. Boom. Then we're gonna have a A. Copy and paste. Boom. Boom. Damn. Boom. All right. So let's see what that sounds like. Perfect. All right. So I completed all the subsections. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to playlist mode, and I'm going to send all of them. I'm gonna move all of them here. So now my playlist is completed. Um, so now let's talk about these two buttons here. What do these do? Well, what this does is it locks the playback so that it will only play what's on the screen. So on the screen, I can only see from 1 to here. So that's the only thing that's going to play. The other option is this one here. And what this does is it allows me to choose exactly from what section to what section to play. So if I want to play from section 1B to the end, I just select it here. All right, that's it. Good. What else? So let's add the drums. Actually, wait. You know what? Let me go back here. Let me add one more section. I think we need one more section. So let's add a new section. Let's make it very short because it's going to be a very short part. Now let's leave it at 2. All right. Boom, ding, boom. Just add boom, boom, boom. We're gonna add one last note just to give it some closure because it felt like it didn't have any closure. All right. So end. Let's call this end. Alrighty. Save. Let's go down here. Edit mode. So we can add end. Boom. Nice. All right. So now let's create the drums. So let's go to the first section. Let's go here. I'm going to add the drums. All right. So the drumming is pretty easy. All right. So I'm going to do here, 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 here. Okay. Boom. Very easy pattern. Nothing too difficult. What else? Here, here. No, not here. Here. Boom. And here. All right, the hi-hats is even easier. We're just playing eighth notes for the hi-hat. Eighth notes. Boom, boom. Then the last one is going to be an open hi-hat. Okay, as for the snare, we're just going to play on the second and fourth. Second and fourth. Very easy stuff. Second and fourth. All right, so let's see what that sounds like. Perfect. That's it. Boom. Check section 2. All right, good. Perfect. Now let's go. Let's see. I think that's it. Boom, boom. All right. Now for the last section, we also need to do the drums. Boom, boom, boom. Again, I'm able to do this quick because I have the song memorized in my head. Like I know exactly the notes that I need to play. What else? What else? We got a snare here. Okay, boom. Let's see. Here. Here. Alrighty, almost done. Pakiti, pakiti. Now for the last part, I want to do like a little, I don't know, like a little ending with the toms. So let's do something like this. All right, so let's see what that sounds like. All right, so save, boom. Let's go back here, edit mode. Okay, everything's there. Perfect. All right, so let's see what it sounds like from the beginning. Oh, I think I noticed what the mistake was. I knew there was something that was a little funny, and it was the fact that one of the notes was a pop, was a slap instead of a pop. I knew I missed something. Yeah, see, that's supposed to be a pop, not a slap. Alrighty. What else? This is also supposed to be a pop, not a slap. I knew there's something that sounded funny. Perfect. Good. Okay, now if you want to export it, you just click export and it will save on your computer. Um, you can open this directly by, now that I saved it, if I want to open it, I can just click open. You can email it to me. If you create something that you think is pretty interesting, email it to me and my friend will put it up on the website. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. He's putting a lot of work into this. If you're able to, please help out a little bit because he's doing this by himself. It's a lot of work, but it's something that I think is gonna make really good things for us bass players. We're gonna add a lot more examples. I want to add some of the dirty loop bass parts here for you guys. And if you like what I do, you can also become one of my patrons and help me to make better videos. So, guys, thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. Signing out, Manny Bass.